Hi, I'm Brooke Wallace, filling in for Max Brantley with your Arkansas Times news headline updates for Wednesday, January the 22nd. Republican attorneys general today filed a Friend of the Senate letter arguing that the articles of impeachment against President Trump are legally flawed. Arkansas Attorney General Leslie Rutledge was one of the signatories of the letter, which argues that the articles of impeachment are, quote, fundamentally flawed as a matter of constitutional law and amount to a partisan political effort that undermines the democratic process itself, end quote. A press release from this gang of legal scholars boasts that the Friend of the Senate letter is the first of its kind. Rutledge has long been one of Trump's most obsequious surrogates. Independent County Circuit Judge Holly Meyer yesterday ordered Hunter Biden to appear in court on January the 29th to answer a motion for contempt filed against him by London Alexis Roberts, who is suing Biden for child support in a paternity case. Previous court filings show that DNA testing established that Biden was the father of Roberts' 16-month-old child. Roberts' attorney says that Biden has failed to comply with the court's order that he supply discovery materials by January the 16th, including relevant addresses and telephone numbers, a list of his financial institutions and business interests, a list of all sources of his income tax returns, and information about properties he owns. These discovery materials have been outstanding since August of last year, Roberts' attorneys say. Otherwise a routine paternity case, this squabble has attracted interest because Hunter Biden is the son of former Vice President Joe Biden, a Democratic candidate for president. Hunter Biden has become a central fixation of Republicans grasping for defenses of Donald Trump's impeachment. Still pending in the Independence County case are two intervention requests claiming that Hunter Biden's past business dealings in Ukraine and China are relevant to the case. The Fayetteville City Council was forced to take a recess yesterday evening after protesters carrying a banner that said, "Fayetteville deports artist of color," interrupted the meeting, the Fayetteville Flyer reports. The protest comes 4 days after a local artist, Alan Rodriguez, was transferred to the Federal Immigration and Customs Enforcement, which brought him to a detention facility in Louisiana. The demonstrators at the City Council meeting spoke out against an agreement between the county's law enforcement and federal immigration officials. Under a voluntary agreement with the federal government, the Washington County Sheriff's Office has allowed its personnel to be deputized under Section 287G of the U.S. Immigration and Nationality Act to turn over undocumented people booked into jails to ICE. It's one of just 3 county sheriff's offices in the state to enter such an agreement. Local authorities helped facilitate the transfer of Rodriguez, which took place despite a large protest which initially blocked and turned away the bus sent to pick up Rodriguez at the Washington County Detention Center in Fayetteville. Rodriguez had been locked up there since September on a misdemeanor charge of criminal mischief for allegedly spray painting a graffiti in Gordon Long Park. Those charges were dropped last week, but while in custody, an ICE detainer was placed on Rodriguez, requesting that he be held for at least 48 hours before being released so that federal immigration officials could take him into custody for alleged immigration violations. Demonstrators at the City Council meeting pointed out that Fayetteville Mayor Lionel Jordan has publicly stated that the city's police will not participate in the 287G program. In practice, however, the city does wind up participating if they arrest someone susceptible to an ICE detainer and brings that person to the Washington County Jail. Critics have also pointed out that the city gives money to the county detention center to hold inmates. Well, that's all your news for today, and if you want to read more, you can go to the Arkansas blog. Thanks, and see you tomorrow.